Okay, so I'm trying to show you. Okay, see that tail? See the tail? Okay, she's already been bred, but she's still in heat. What happened was I brought Empress from being with Ammo. This is Blank, because he only has one testicle that descended, so we're not sure if he's fertile. However, Chai is also doing the tail thing. See the tail? Give me another tail wag. See, she's still got her tail wagging, but she has been successfully bred. And I'll see if I can get a good tail shot. So you can see, I'm going to pull him out now. He's not the one that hurt Chamomile. And see how he looks at her? And yes, even if she's pregnant, she's still showing as being in heat. Okay, better now. Okay, we need to go put him back in the buck pen. I wish you'd turn around, Mama, so I could see your butt. Can we see your butt, please? No, stop turning. Stop turning. I know, you still think you're in heat. He is a good boy. Just one word to the wise. They stink like nasty skunk, and they can self-service themselves, and they do that quite exuberantly. So, word to the wise, you might want to warn your kids about that kind of thing, or just have them not be around the buck. All right, buddy, should we go put... You are not in heat. I'm really sure you're not in heat. No tail wagging? Okay, she's not in heat. So hold it steady and point at Chamomile. She is not in heat. There is no tail wag there. Okay, now you're going to focus on me and the buck. Just don't hit any buttons, okay?
Okay. On the same Samsung. Okay.
I need you just to come closer so I can talk to the camera. Not so close that they're looking straight up my nose. Okay guys, so with bucks and goats in general, you don't want your nose down by their nose when they're getting introduced to other animals, because they'll butt each other. And where these bucks smell like does that are in heat, they're probably going to fight when we first put them in with each other. Okay, Paige, bring the camera up and look through. Look through the camera. Don't look at them, look through the camera. Okay. So we had Ammo in with Empress, and we had Blank in with Chai. And both of them had semen on their vulvas that we saw dripping out, which is a really good sign. If you don't see that, and you have one of these shorter bucks, it could mean that nothing happened. They're just not real experienced, and unless you physically see a penetration, and even if you see a penetration, there may not be ejaculation, and so you just kind of have to keep an eye on that. And mark the day on your calendar, and from there count, is it 21 days? I don't remember if it's 21 days or 28 days. But you count then, and then watch for the does to start tail wag again. And these guys missed each other. Are you guys good buddies? They're both registered Alpine bucklings, both from really nice stock. And we did note, and he has more of a dairy type. You see his sloping back, his back that slopes from the shoulders down to the hips. Whereas Blank, he's much more muscly. You can see that his shoulders are more powerful. Ammo is younger, but his bone structure is longer. So, what was I going to say about that? So, they're good friends. They have each other. We're going to watch for the other does to come back into heat again. And I'm making sure to give them plenty of feed, not a lot of grain. It can cause problems for them. And I think they're both about 6 months now. He's a little bit older.
Like 7 months old?
And your gestation is 5 months. I really like to know the exact day that they're due, especially with chamomile. I like that because she has deliveries that don't happen on their own. You guys good friends. Okay, so what happened with chamomile happened with Empress as well. The buckling, when he was frustrated and could not get penetration, he started getting his head up in Empress's bag too. But because she didn't have any milk there, her bag wasn't thin and under strain. And so it just didn't turn into quite the disaster that was with what happened with chamomile. And we're taking chamomile over to Tina Stowers anyway. We just had the other buck in here more as like a teaser because we're not breeding her until February. And I was watching to see if she would come into heat, and she wasn't coming into heat. So she's doing a lot better, and her bag looks really good. Huh, Mama? All this buck on my hand's gonna make you come into heat though, isn't it? Huh. Now, she is the twin sister of Tina Stowers' Honey Lemon. And we're hoping to buy a doeling from Tina this next year if we once again cannot get a doe out of chamomile. I would love to get a doe out of chamomile. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Maybe we might keep chamomile's baby as a buck. Oh, those ducks. Okay, gonna check on the ducks. A lot of time, goats will go into heat on the same day, and Chai did not appear to be in heat when I put Empress in to be bred. She didn't act like she was in heat. There was no flagging. She wasn't being noisy. However, today while the buck was in here, she was sure flagging her tail, and she has semen on her vulva. So I do not know if she is in heat or not. She could be. I kind of doubt it, so I'm just going to keep on watching. And as you saw with earlier, it is infinitely easier to get an animal bred when she's alone with the buck instead of fighting over who's in heat, who's not. But you can definitely see still the tail wag from Empress. Are you going to do it again? And now that the buck is out, I see no tail wag from Chai. Oh, you're not going to tail wag again? Here, smell my buck hands. Can you smell my bucky hands? So, I'm pretty sure Empress took. But at least now I have a date to check by. And I kind of want to look over her and make sure everything's okay. An older buck isn't really as rough on a doe. See? And that white spot on her side is a little bit of semen. So that's a good sign. Lots of semen all over the place is a good sign. The younger bucks are tougher on them than the older bucks just because they're not tall enough to really get the job done quickly. Well, maybe she is. That's the Fleischmann's response. And she did just do a tail wag. So she could have been really, really early on in her heat cycle. Like if she wasn't even showing heat yet, but she was inseminated, the egg would come down the fallopian tube in time to be inseminated if there was semen in her vagina. So, you know, it could be. What do you think, Mama? Because that's also the reaction that a buck will have if he'll smell someone in heat. And there she tail wagged for me. And I'm sure she can smell it on my hands. Also, make sure you're not working with anything special or going to any special dinner parties when you've got a buck in rut. Kitty, don't scratch me. So she could have caught just at the very, very beginning of her cycle. And she was in with him during the full cycle. Yeah, so I did separate them. What you saw earlier was just me trying to bring her back to the pen and take him out. And I don't, all my clips have been used on other fences, so I'm holding it together with baling twine. And that's why it was so hard to get him out, was because I needed to get in and get a collar on him. And why did you bring your salt? Why did you move your salt? They took their salt bowl and dumped it in there. Let's see. Okay, here's some more salt. Here. Want some salt? Those are apple slices, not salt. Do you want some? I just put a whole big bowl of it in here for him. And I'm pretty sure they dumped it, because she's just eating the apple slices out. She's not actually licking the salt. Mama. I'm thinking that she will be quite similar to Chamomile in her milking tendencies, just because her bag is very similar, and as a first-time freshener, she did a really good job. If you leave it over here where you can reach it, or you can just be obnoxious and pull it out because you want apple slices. Okay, you can see how she's over on the other side. It's because she is submissive to her. And if I don't put food over there on the other side for her, she won't get anything to eat. So I'm going to go get her some hay.